I live alone. I used to say that like it was a badge of honor, proof that I'd made it, that I had my own space, my own life, and didn't need anyone. But living alone means something very different when the silence starts speaking back. My house is old, one of those pre-war homes they say have charm. What they really mean is that it creaks like bones, the floorboards shift with a mind of their own, and the walls are too thick to hear the neighbors, but somehow too thin to stop the things you don't want to hear. I didn't grow up in this house. I found it on a foreclosure list. Cheap, tucked between a row of half-abandoned properties in a forgotten part of town. It was supposed to be a fresh start. Somewhere quiet, somewhere safe. The first night I moved in, it was raining, not gently. The kind of rain that pounds like it's trying to force its way inside. I was sitting on the floor with pizza in the box and my unpacked life stacked around me when I heard it for the first time, barely noticeable, like a shift in the air. A breath, not mine. Soft, ragged, faint. It lasted no more than a second. Gone before I could even hold my breath to compare. I laughed it off, told myself it was a pipe, a draft. One of 1,000 old house sounds I just have to get used to. But the house has this way of holding on to sound. You hear something once and it stays in your head like it's waiting to come back. That first week, it was little things. The hallway light flickering even after I changed the bulb. The front door latch jiggling when no one was outside. The sound of shuffling in the attic, though it was sealed shut and untouched. But I chalked it all up to old house quirks. Until the crying started, it wasn't loud. Not the wailing kind you hear in horror movies. It was softer, broken, like a child stifling sobs into a pillow. The first time I heard it, I'd just gotten into bed. I was scrolling on my phone, trying to ignore the late-night quiet, when the sound slipped through the wall like a whisper. I sat up, startled, paused the podcast. It was faint but unmistakable. A girl crying, not outside. Not in the hallway, inside the wall. My breath caught in my throat. I listened hard, trying to pinpoint the direction. It seemed to come from behind my bed, the same wall I pressed my head against every night. I turned off the light. Listened again, nothing. I slept with the lamp on that night. Over the next few nights, the crying didn't return. I convinced myself it was in my head. Maybe a leftover sound from something outside that my brain had twisted into something worse. But it came back, always at the same time. 2:17 a.m., not 2:16, not 2:18, always. 2:17. Soft crying from the wall. Every time I froze, I'd hold my breath and listen, waiting for it to stop. And it always did after a few minutes. Not fading out, but just stopping. As if the thing crying knew I was listening. I tried everything to explain it. I looked for air vents, tapped on the walls for hollow spots, used my phone